Hey, good night. This is Doc Martin, and tonight I want to talk about wealth. I want to talk about money. I want to talk about how a lot of us don't understand the importance of being able to be financially free. And I hate using that term because that term has been beaten like a dead horse, right? But it's true. And when you think about financial freedom, sad thing is most people will never know what it feels like to wake up in the morning when you want, doing what you want, doing what you love, and not having to answer to a boss, right? And that's sad because if you think about it, the same person who owns the company where you clock in, they're able to do exactly that. And the biggest thing I often hear is, well, I don't want to be rich, I just want to be comfortable. I recall, I'm gonna call bullshit on that because when you think about the amount of bills you have to pay, I used this example earlier with somebody. I said, if you buy a house, so you're done with paying rent, now you have a house, and you got a car, you can say, okay, I'm done. I don't need nothing else. I bought my own house, I bought my own car. But at the end of the day, what happens when you have to pay homeowners insurance? What happens when you have maintenance? All right. If you don't pay maintenance fees, your house doesn't do anything except break down. If you don't pay the government taxes, the house is no longer yours. So you gotta pay insurance, property taxes, maintenance. For car, you gotta pay for maintenance, you gotta pay for car insurance. My whole point in saying what I'm saying is that you will never in your lifetime be the place where you won't spend money again. Money is to be made constantly, money is to be spent constantly. Now, what wealthy people do is they make sure they have a surplus of income and lower expenses. Excuse me, I'm sweating, y'all. It's hot. I'm in Brooklyn, and it's y'all ever seen Do the Right Thing? That's a true story. I'm just say that. Um, check that movie out when you get a chance. But yeah, I'm sweating. My glasses are coming off. But yeah, when it comes to wealth, I'm very passionate. When it comes to making money, I'm passionate. And that's not why I got in the medical field, because I would do what I do for free. Like, I honestly believe that I would do what I do for free. But I would always want to have enough income to where I did not have to. No, I would want to have wealth outside of practicing medicine for free. Um, because like I said, I think people deserve health care. I work in the emergency room. Um, ER doctors are paid pretty well, and we can't turn anybody away. And that's one thing. I mean, it can suck because people can waste time, but you're really doing the Lord's work when you're taking people who may not have insurance, but you have to stabilize them anyway. I like that. Maybe some people don't. This is my channel, so I like it. Um, but yeah, when it comes to wealth, when it comes to financial freedom, I want to take care of my parents. All right. My stepfather, my mother did a lot for who I am today, and they deserve to reap those benefits. So I can't stand when I hear a lot of people who say, I just want to be comfortable. No offense, but it's kind of selfish, right? Because what you don't realize is that you will never be comfortable. That's one of the greatest truths in the universe. If you strive for just being comfortable, you're going to always be uncomfortable because it's going to always be something that you didn't see. But if you prepare and you get uncomfortable and you put yourself in uncomfortable situations in order to grow, comfort will be your default. But comfort is a distraction. Comfort is it's a cop out. By saying I just want to be comfortable, I just want to have just enough. I'm not trying to be rich. I'm not trying to forget where I came from. I'm not trying to have too much. Like, you know how much money is printed every day? Like, if you knew how much money was printed every day, like, people don't know how much wealth there is out there. Like, people making, if you're making $50,000 a year, you're saying, well, I don't want too much. You literally have people with $200 billion. 200 billion, but you think that you making close to $1 million a year is blasphemy. I see, I grew up in the church, so I'm very passionate about this. I'm very passionate about when they say the love of money is the root of all evil. The people who have money a lot of times don't hold tight to it. Meaning, in order to make more money, you have to let go of it. And I didn't grow up with money, so I can speak on this. When you don't have money, you hold tight to it. You hold it tight because you don't want to lose it, because it's like, oh no, I need to keep this because I don't know when I'm gonna get my next dollar. What seems more to be in love with money? You putting it aside, letting it grow, you investing, you know, you giving to charities, you letting that money circulate, or you just holding it tight and just holding on to it and saving it so you don't lose it, right? And the way to get wealthy, money has to be moving. You have to invest it. You have to give it. It will come back. But money likes to be in an environment where it flows. It doesn't like to be held tight in under the bed to where it doesn't grow. But see, we're not taught this in church. We're not necessarily, or maybe if it's taught, it's a one liner, but we never really expound on it. And there's so many people in church living in poverty, and God's people should not be living in poverty. Nobody should be living in poverty, but especially if you call yourself a personal God, we have to lead by example to where somebody would want to follow us. Like, how can you be living below the poverty line and recruit somebody else to your church or to your faith? Marketing works in everything you do, even in faith. Sometimes, most times, today. You need money. You need wealth. That's Truett Cathy. I don't know if you know who that is, but that's the owner of Chick-fil-A. Christian guy. Gives people off on Sundays because that's the only time y'all think about going to Chick-fil-A is the day it closes. But Sundays, that's when Chick-fil-A is closed. And he did that so people can worship. And he's making chicken sandwiches, and he's a billionaire, multi-billionaire. I mean, so is the love, is money the root of all evil, or is the love of money the root of all evil? because it seems like a lot of people hate money, or they only want money when they have a certain use for it, or when the bills are behind, or when the car breaks down, or you know, when it's a hurricane, or when you need house repairs. Then you need money. Then you want it. But when it gets to be too much, you want to give it away. We don't think about taking care of our parents, right? A lot of people don't think about taking care of their parents, about retiring their parents. You know, like, what about your kids? Are you gonna make them take out student loans like you did, or are you gonna pay for their tuition? Like, you need money to do everything, and there's so many different. If COVID hit and more people had money, it would have been a problem, but it would have been a lot less. Right? Big issue with COVID is people didn't have money. I feel like I'm not even talking about the health side. I'm just talking about people being out of work and people not being able to bring that income in, which is, even though we couldn't really spend it like we would have, but some people got fired, some people had jobs, but money is a cushion. It's a tool. You want to have way more of it than little. Because the people who say they don't need money or they don't need that much, those are the people that need the most. And if that's you, please change your mindset, because I used to be the same way and I've realized it is not it. Like, self-righteousness will not get you rich. Self-righteousness will not get you comfort. Please don't be delusional, because you know what? Every time I go to Popeyes, I don't go to Popeyes no more, but I go to fast food restaurant, or I go to a grocery store and I see somebody's 80-year-old grandmother or mother working behind the register, somebody dropped the ball. Somebody dropped the ball. And honestly, call me self-righteous. I don't want that happen to my parents, right? And I think more of us, we need to wake up and realize how important it is to get your mind on finances. We talk about generational wealth, but a lot of times we talk about generational wealth, but it becomes a trendy term just like swag. And we keep saying the same shit, but we're not doing what needs to be done. Are we reading the right books? Are we around the right people? Are we putting mental caps on how wealthy we can be? Because if you're not wealthy and you've been struggling all your life, you literally have no right to say, I don't want that much. No, you need all that you can get. It's like saying beggars can't be choosers, but in a different way, right? If you have been struggling all your life and you come from struggle and you have parents and you have kids, you literally have no right to say that's too much money, because you're thinking about what you would be happy with. It's not just about you. So when you think about being able to make, say, $1 million a year versus being able to make 30,000 a year, no offense to nobody who makes that. Um, like I said, I've made less than that, so that's what I'm saying. I'm just using an example. But if you make 30,000 a year and you can make $1 million a year, which salary would better you to take care of your family, your kids, certain unexpected accidents that could happen? The $1 million or $30,000 a year? I think we all know the answer to that. So with that, sorry to preach, but it's kind of been on my mind lately, and I talk about this because when you grow up, you get older, whatever, you start to realize how important it is. And a lot of people are not willing to have conversations like these. A lot of people in church are not willing to have these hard conversations. We only talk about money when somebody needs something. But we don't talk about how people can get money so they never need it, and how to have money so when we actually do give to somebody, when somebody does need money, we can give it with an open heart, not worrying about when we get it back. Money is not evil. Wealth is not evil. Money is a tool. It's going to make you more of who you are. If you're a bad person with money, you're going to be a worse person with it. If you're a great person with money, you're going to be even greater when you get it. And just realize that you have the wherewithal to decide who you're going to be. You can get money any different way you want. You can get money doing the right thing. You can get money doing the wrong thing. Just like with a gun, you can protect your family, or you can kill people for no reason. The gun is a tool. Money is a tool. It's a piece of paper. But it takes a certain type of person righteously in order to make a certain amount of money, because that comes with developing certain personal development and certain skills that are important, right? So make up in your mind what type of life you want. Make up in your mind that it's okay to be wealthy. It's okay to have way more than enough money. It's okay to give to other people because that's what you have a lot of money for. It's okay to be comfortable as far as comforts and being able to buy those comforts, not comfort as far as comfort being where you won't do the hard stuff so you can grow. But it's okay to like the nice things in life. It's okay to it's okay to be able to buy nice things in full and not have to do it on layaway, if they even still do that. Focus on your finances. Don't focus on your friends or on your family or who's gonna get mad at you if you get to a certain income bracket. If they're not paying your bills, it doesn't matter, right? Stay focused on your own path, your own financial path, your own spiritual path, and get the right help along the way. If you want to be wealthy, you need to be talking to people that have more money than you. If you're trying to get wealthy and somebody's giving you financial advice and you don't want that type of life or those type of finances, that's not who you listen to. If you want wealth, get in alignment with the right people. Anyway, that's another late night rant. Anyway, this is Doc Martin signing out.